Xin chào các bạn đến với chương trình LanBercu TV. Vị khách mời đặc biệt của chúng ta hôm nay là cô Tricia Lôi, một diễn giả nổi tiếng. Cô là chuyên gia phát triển tư duy tích cực để giảm stress, đạt mục tiêu và giúp chúng ta tận hưởng cân bằng trong cuộc sống và nghề nghiệp. Cô là tác giả của quyển sách Làm việc bằng sự thông thái, 10 nguyên tắc để khai sáng những doanh nhân. Cô cũng là nhà huấn luyện đào tạo cho những doanh nhân nữ, giúp cho họ càng đạt nhiều thành công hơn trong cuộc sống và nghề nghiệp. Why do we need goals? Just go with the flow.
Well, is that the way that you look at life? I think you're pretty goal focused, aren't you?
I would say that.
Yeah.
It keeps me going.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me that adrenaline rush.
That's right.
And the dopamine every time I hit it. I hit the little thing. So
Yes.
that's how I feel. We would like to learn and hear more from you, the expert though.
Yes. So, goals for most people are important. It keeps them focused. It helps them to achieve things that are important to them. I speak a lot about work-life balance, and I find that most people are focused on the wrong things. They are keeping busy, but they're not really productive, and they're getting caught up in the drama of everyday life, in the clutter of technology. And when they look back, they say, well, so many things that were important to me, I never really achieved. So when you set goals and you have that step-by-step process in mind, and you have people that support you and hold you accountable, that's when you can really have a life that you love.
Wow, I love that. Goals. Well, I know it's easy to set a goal. Most people find it challenging, even for myself, to achieve the goals. So how do we set goals? Do you believe in small wins, just a little tiny bit?
That's right.
Actually, or setting a stretch, big, hairy, audacious goals?
Both.
How so?
Yeah, so I tend to look at it in three categories. So you have your professional goals,
Okay.
and then you have your personal goals,
Yeah.
and then you have your bodacious big dream goals.
Can you give us an example?
Yeah, so of a bodacious big dream goal. So one of my bodacious big dream goals was to travel through Europe.
Right.
And luckily, it was my mom's bodacious big dream goal as well. So a few years ago, we planned our once-in-a-lifetime adventure to Europe. We went primarily on a cruise to Italy.
Right.
And halfway through our once-in-a-lifetime adventure, we decided that we would start planning our second once-in-a-lifetime adventure. And a few years later, we went again to Italy and to Greece and also to Turkey. And my sister came with us. So that was a bodacious big dream goal, something that I always thought, what would be important to me when I'm older and I'm looking back on my life, and to me to be able to visit places that I've always heard of and seen on TV, and I got to enjoy it firsthand. So to me, that was one. Another one is writing my book.
Right.
So many people have a book in them, but they never get it done. And so to me, to be able to use the strategies that I was writing about in the book to get my book done was definitely a bodacious big dream goal.
Yeah. Awesome. And relationship, you said personal goal. And
Yes.
Professional goal.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That's makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. However, I'm sorry, I have to challenge you a little
Yes,
bit because
certainly.
that's real life, right?
Yes.
We set goals, but then we get off track.
Yes.
I get distracted, or we try our best, but sometimes luck, timing is not there, and we fail. And sometimes, as many times, we repeatedly fail to achieve our goals.
Yes.
And how do we overcome that?
Well, I think that's a great segue to the CRAVE program.
Okay.
Those 5 steps that I teach.
Crave.
That helps.
CRAVE.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
So a program I do is called Crave Your Goals, and CRAVE is an acronym for 5 strategies that I've written about in the book.
Right.
And it really does help to get you focused,
Right.
to keep you on track, and when you do get off track, it helps you to get back on again.
Right.
Yeah.
So Crave, can you please tell us
Sure.
the acronyms and the steps, how we gonna achieve our goals a little bit less painfully?
Okay, good. So C is for clean out the clutter.
Clean out the clutter.
Yeah, the physical clutter, like a messy office,
Right.
the technical clutter of information overload, spending too much time on the internet, our over-reliance on our cell phone perhaps, and then we have emotional clutter. Those are the things that keep us up at night. So it's the what ifs, the regrets, the resentments, the things that we haven't forgiven about someone else or perhaps ourselves. It's the toxic people in our lives.
The baggage.
That's right. Unfinished business, unnecessary obligations. That's a big one.
We just believe that sometimes we have toxic people among our very close,
Yes.
so-called like family members or even close friends.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
How do you deal with that?
Well, I often say, you know, if that toxic person is someone that you can end the relationship with, then you should, for everyone's sake. But if they're someone that's in your family or perhaps someone that you work with on a regular basis, that's a little harder. So I look at setting healthy boundaries, and that seems to help. But toxic people, I say, those are the people that light up a room when they leave it.
Right. I love that.
Yeah.
Yep. How about raise your energy?
Yeah, so R in the CRAVE formula is raise your energy. So we're all vibrational energy beings, and vibrations is just another word for feelings and emotions. You know that. And when we're feeling good about ourselves and we feel appreciated and we're taking good care of ourselves, we'll vibrate at a high, positive, constructive level. Yeah, and we'll attract people and circumstances that vibrate at that same positive level. Now, when we're burned out and stressed out, when we're not taking good care of ourselves and we don't feel appreciated, we'll vibrate at a low, dark, negative, destructive level. And because misery loves company, we'll attract people and circumstances that vibrate at that same level. So the idea is to do conscious things to keep our energy and our vibrations high. And it starts with just taking good care of ourselves, which means eating healthy, drinking enough water, getting enough exercise, and getting enough sleep. But then it goes deeper than that. It's about spending time with positive, supportive, successful people and less time with the others. It's about spending time in nature, enjoying a hobby, singing with others. It's about whatever brings you joy. And that really makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And elaborate on what is the next one?
A. Affirm success.
Oh yeah, that's a big piece.
It is a big piece. Positive self-talk. So studies show that we speak to ourselves at least 10,000 times a day, and 80% of that tends to be negative, even the most enlightened of us. And that's because we're human and we're programmed to protect ourselves against worst case scenarios. But the good news is that affirmations or positive self-talk can help to counter those negative messages that are always playing in our heads with positive ones that support our success. And the idea around affirmations is to keep them brief, positive, and in the present.
Give us some lines that we should know by heart.
Okay, so a great one that I've used a lot, and a lot of people have given me good feedback on this, is if you're overwhelmed by your home and your work responsibilities, I think everybody can relate to that, the affirmation that I recommend is, I have more than enough time and energy to get the important things done today. I have more than enough time and energy to get the important things done today. Now, when I remember to say that at the beginning of a busy day, and sometimes I have to say it several times before I start to believe it, I find myself getting more confident, more calm. I start to cross things off that list that should have been there anyway. I delegate. By the end of the day, the important things do get done. But you notice I didn't say everything on my to-do list, because I think for most of us that's an impossibility. But the important things do get done. And sometimes just telling yourself that, it's like you're speaking to yourself like a coach or your best friend. And you need to hear yourself saying those words in order to move in the right direction. And that's why affirmations are so powerful.
That's just you talking to yourself.
It is. Do you use affirmations, Lan?
I didn't know the term. The term that you just used, but now I realize sometimes, for example, I am in a situation. And I just talk to myself, I can handle this, I can handle this, I can deal with it. Then it calms me down.
That's it. That's an affirmation.
I just figure it out. You're right. And if I get too panicky at the beginning, and then it just everything is go haywire. Nothing's gonna be resolved. That's true. So now I have something to hang on. Like, okay, affirm success. Affirm success.
And sometimes if you write down your affirmations and post them where you'll see it every day. So it might be your bathroom mirror, or the dashboard of your car, maybe by your computer screen.
Right.
We're so distracted every day, so it's important to have those reminders
Right.
that we can go back to. They anchor us to a more calm, confident approach.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then what's next?
The
Believe, begin, become. Hãy tin, hãy bắt đầu và bạn sẽ trở thành.